Every once in a while here on Transworld Sport, we're fortunate enough to come across some truly inspirational athletes. This is the story of American swimmer Mallory Weggemann.
I've always kind of felt like a fish out of water. I love the water. Something about just being able to kind of like play and splash around, and you're like weightless and you just move so freely. I loved that before, and after becoming paralyzed, I love it even more because I'm not restricted to my wheelchair, and those same feelings and emotions that I had towards swimming when I was a kid have stayed true throughout all of this. And I think that's kind of what has led me to where I am with my swimming today and has kind of allowed me to excel in the sport of swimming.
At the 2012 Paralympic Games in London, 23-year-old Weggemann will be chasing an incredible 9 gold medals. A competitive swimmer throughout her childhood, the American's life changed forever in January 2008 when she was just 18. Suffering with severe back pain after complications from shingles, Mallory decided on a course of epidural injections to stop the pain.
I was on a lot of different medicines that had just awful side effects, and I was sick of that. I was a senior in high school. I had to go to school every day. You know, I wasn't just kind of laying at home. So we decided to do these epidural injections because then I wouldn't have to take the daily medicines and all of that and deal with the side effects. And the first 2 worked great, and the third one, unfortunately, just something went wrong, and I never walked out that day. Everything changed. You know, it was the beginning of 2008, and it was a tough year. It was a year of me just really kind of figuring out who I was and what this meant for my life. And for a while, I was kind of lost. I didn't understand why me. I had all of those kind of questions I think a lot of us have when unfortunate circumstances happen in our lives.
That error in what is normally a routine medical procedure left Mallory paralyzed from the waist down. After initially struggling to cope with the huge changes in her life, the teenager soon found the strength to think about building a future.
In April of 2008, actually about 4 months after being paralyzed, I got back in the water for the first time. And that was life-changing. I love the sport of swimming, but I cannot even begin to credit what it has done for me, because I honestly think that me getting in the water in April of 2008 is what saved me in a lot of ways. It's what allowed me to have the courage to move forward with life and just dig down and do what I need to do to pick up and move on.
The turning point for Mallory came when she went to watch the US swimming trials for the 2008 Paralympics at her local pool in Minneapolis. It was the first time she'd seen disability sport, and the experience inspired her to begin racing again.
And I raced against 8-year-olds, and I got beat. They beat me, and it was embarrassing. I got beat by 7, 8, 9-year-olds, and it was a little kind of took me back a little bit, but it was fun, and I just got addicted. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep racing because I loved that feeling of racing before, and so naturally after, it didn't matter that I wasn't fast. It was just getting to do what I once loved.
By the midpoint of 2009, Mallory was already winning gold medals for her country. At the short course World Championships in Brazil, she broke 6 world records and won 5 golds. However, it was at the 2010 IPC World Championships in Eindhoven that Mallory really announced herself as a Paralympic swimming superstar. Competing in the S7, SB6 and SM7 categories, Mallory swam superbly. She set 9 world records and won more golds than anyone else.
Eindhoven was a dream come true. I had no idea what was going to happen. And as the meet went on, I just said to myself, you know, I've worked hard and I'm here to enjoy it and see where that hard work takes me. And I ended up coming out of the meet with my 8 golds and my 1 silver, and it was the meet of a lifetime.
Her outstanding performance came in the 100 metres breaststroke. She improved on her personal best by almost 20 seconds throughout the championships to secure a surprise gold medal.
And I raced my heart out, and I ended up going to 135, breaking the world record and coming home with gold. And I think to this day that when I talk about it, I get shivers, I get the chills. It was a fantastic race, and you know, that whole meet changed things, but that race was probably the most memorable of the entire meet.
Following her staggering success in Eindhoven, Mallory made headlines in America. She's since been honoured with numerous sporting accolades, including a prestigious ESPY award in 2011. Yet despite all of her achievements, the trauma of what happened back in 2008 still affects her entire family, as her dad explains.
I always say that Mallory's paralysis is the last thing I think about at nighttime, and it's the first thing I think about in the morning. It's been 4 years, and I would say that still happens. It's still, even though we have a lot of success and Mallory's doing very well, the simple fact is that she still doesn't get up and walk. And that still is a piece that both my wife and I know her sisters, we still think about on a regular basis, on a daily basis.
Mel, the bread takes 10 minutes.
Helping the healing is Mallory's fiancé Ryan, who she met in 2010. With her focus right now being the London Paralympics, the pair plan to get married in the summer of 2013.
Oh, really?
Meatloaf is still. And to be honest, when I met him, I was always kind of afraid. I didn't know after this happened if I was ever going to find someone who would truly be able to accept me being in a wheelchair and just what that means. And you know, he's definitely kind of been my rock throughout all of this. He's helped support me, he's helped push me and motivate me, and I think that he will most likely continue to do that. I mean, if he's gonna be my husband, he has to, right?
You know, there aren't words that I can put into a sentence that would express how proud I am of her. She blows me away every day. She can go about her business and so confident in what she does that she knows that she's doing the right thing. She's changing lives, she's making a difference, she's changing the world. And I think from the moment I met her, I was proud to know her, and now I'll be proud to be her husband.
Another important element in Mallory's life is her faith. The Weggemann family are devout Christians. Yet when she lost the use of her legs, Mallory seriously questioned her beliefs.
I had a hard time, I'll be honest, when this happened. I had a hard time with it because it was kind of this thing of, you know, well, if there is, you know, the higher power, why did this happen? And I didn't get it. And ever since then, my motto has always been, you know, everything happens for a reason. And I think that what happened to me was unfortunate, but it's given me the ability to do things that I would have never been able to do before. And I think that that is my reason.
As a result of her rising profile, one of Mallory's big goals now is to promote disability sports in her homeland.
I had no idea what the Paralympics were. And that breaks my heart a little, that there's something out there like that. And I could go 18 years of my life and have no idea about it. And it's not that I didn't come from a well-educated household. You know, we were pretty up to speed on a lot of things going on. It's just not something that's out there. You know, this isn't about pity. It's not about any of that. It's about a group of athletes coming together and all trying to do their absolute best. And I would say if you ask most of them, they all want a gold medal.
If she can arrive at the 2012 London Paralympic Games healthy and injury-free, then don't be surprised if Mallory Weggemann leaves the English capital as the star of those games.
She's done it before, she can do it again, and I want to give her the best opportunity as a coach that I can, okay, to have her be at her best there. And, you know, if she's capable of winning all those gold medals, she will.
Right now I'm training really hard for London. I'm trying to do everything I can to put myself in the best possible situation to kind of, you know, to make my dreams come true. I still swim for the same reasons I did 4 years ago when I was getting beat by 8-year-olds. That hasn't changed, and I don't think that will ever change. If it does, it'll probably be when I hang up my swimsuit and I call it quits.